Mexico, with its rich culture, diverse landscapes, and warm hospitality, has become an increasingly popular destination for folks seeking residency outside their home countries. Whether motivated by retirement plans, professional opportunities, or just bad weather where they're from, the prospect of establishing residency in Mexico offers a gateway to a new chapter in life. In this video, we'll unravel the intricacies of obtaining residency in Mexico by exploring eligibility criteria, breaking down the types of residencies, walking you through the procedural steps, and providing you with the specific financial requirements that Mexico looks for. There are several paths to obtaining residency in Mexico, but the most common way is through something called financial solvency. With this path, individuals demonstrate their ability to support themselves financially without being a drain on the resources of the country. Don't worry, applicants don't have to renounce their citizenship in their home countries to obtain Mexican residency. We'll discuss what the specific 2024 requirements look like later on in this video, as in exactly how much solvency do I have to have. Another path to residency is called family unity. This, as it sounds, is based on family ties, such as marriage to a Mexican citizen or even an individual who just already has permanent residency. It also includes the birth of a child in Mexico. So, side note, if you're pregnant and you want to give your baby and spouse Mexican residency, plan to deliver here in one of our wonderful Mexican hospitals. The additional avenues include things like student visas and sponsorship by Mexican employers, but the most common is definitely the solvency. Let's break down the two types of residencies. Residency in Mexico is classified into two main categories: temporary and permanent. Temporary residency permits are initially granted for 1 year, with the option for renewal for up to 3 additional years. After 4 years of temporary residency, individuals may apply for permanent residency, which offers indefinite residency status and can eventually lead to even Mexican citizenship. Now, you may be asking, why would I want to apply for residency? Well, the benefits of obtaining Mexican residency are plentiful. First, residents can stay in the country indefinitely, not worrying about a 180-day limit imposed on tourists. Additionally, residency status grants access to essential services, such as obtaining a tax ID number, applying for credit cards, getting local discounts, registering vehicles, and accessing certain tax benefits. These specific tax benefits mostly come into play when selling a house, and in some situations, having permanent residency can save you tens of thousands of dollars. And let's not forget my favorite benefit: expedited immigration clearance at the airport. It is such a perk. It allows the residents to skip the long lines and go right out into the Cabo sunshine. Okay, Kenda, I'm sold. How do I get my residency in Mexico? Well, I'm glad you asked. But before I walk you through the process and tell you at what level your financial resources must be, I want to ask you to please like and subscribe to my channel. I create videos that delve into the intricacies of life in Cabo and provide insights in its real estate market. My fundamental belief is straightforward. By equipping individuals with the right information, they can find the confidence to venture into uncharted territories and embark on exciting new adventures. Thank you so much. All right, now let's jump into the minutia, or as we call it in Georgia, the nitty-gritty. Navigating the process of obtaining residency in Mexico requires careful planning and adherence to procedural guidelines. You must begin by scheduling an appointment with a Mexican consulate outside of Mexico, typically, but not necessarily with your own country of origin. After you obtain an appointment, complete the application, gather all the necessary proof of financial solvency, and get a very specific little photo, you'll undergo an interview process. Upon approval, you're going to receive a sticker on your passport granting you 180 days to enter Mexico. Once in Mexico, you must visit the local immigration office within 30 days to complete biometric data submission process and to receive your residency card. There are locals here who you can hire to go with you to the immigration office in Cabo. Hiring someone will cost you a little bit more, but it is well worth the expense. So what if you're not approved? Well, if you're not approved for some reason, even though you thought you met the criteria, it could be your local consulate or even the immigration facilitator that you're working with. They have a strange amount of autonomy when it comes to granting approvals and may reject your application for whatever reason if they are so inclined. Some consulates, like the ones in California, have a reputation of being very strict and very difficult to work with. I have clients who are flatly declined in one state and immediately approved in another with exactly the same documentation. So if you're initially declined and you think you should have been approved, try a different consulate. I know, it's frustrating, but that's just how it is. Okay, it's time to talk about those requirements to prove
financial solvency.
As mentioned, financial solvency is the most common way to get residency in Mexico. For exact numbers, you should for sure check your Mexican consulate's website, but based on my own research, I can give you approximate numbers here. But again, always verify these requirements before you go to your appointment. To obtain a temporary residency, applicants must demonstrate both a steady income and sufficient savings or investments to support themselves during their stay. For U.S. citizens, you will have to show proof of income of at least $4,150 per month for at least 6 months, and savings and or investments totaling at least $69,000 for at least 12 months. Canadian citizens will have to show proof of income of at least $5,700 per month for at least 6 months, and savings and or investments totaling at least $96,000 for at least 12 months. These numbers are higher, obviously, due to the Canadian's dollar exchange rate. Now, if you want to include a spouse or a child with your application, you must have an additional 25% in each income and saving. Now, let's talk about permanent residency. Permanent residency requires a more substantial financial portfolio, reflecting the applicant's long-term commitment to residing in Mexico. In US dollars, applicants must show proof of income of at least $6,900 per month for at least 6 months, and savings and or investments totaling at least $277,000 for at least 12 months. Canadian applicants must show proof of income of $9,600 per month for at least 6 months, and savings and or investments totaling at least $383,000 for at least 12 months. Again, if you want to include a spouse or a child with your application, you have to have an additional 25% in each income and savings. So those are the solvency numbers I found. I want to just say one more time that you should double check all of these numbers and requirements with your own local consulate. What I've presented in this video is based on my own personal research. Obtaining residency in Mexico, okay, it might be a hassle, but it also presents an exciting opportunity for individuals who are seeking to establish a new life in this vibrant and welcoming country. By understanding the eligibility criteria, the different types of residencies, procedural steps, and financial requirements outlined in this video, hopefully, prospective applicants can navigate the process with more confidence and clarity. Whether you're driven by adventure, retirement plans, or professional aspirations, Mexico offers a multitude of pathways to residency, each promising a fulfilling and enriching experience in this captivating nation that I call home.